The room fell into a heavy, almost unreal silence. The moment ASAP Rocky cleared his throat, Rihanna, weary to the world, was seated across from him, relaxed at first, her fingers lazily circling the rim of her glass. There was laughter just seconds earlier, that familiar warmth they always shared. But something in Rocky's posture shifted. His shoulders stiffened. His eyes avoided hers for half a second too long. That half second changed everything. Rocky wasn't smiling anymore. "Babe, I need to say something," he began, his voice lower than usual, measured, careful, the kind of tone that makes your heart start racing before your mind can catch up. Rihanna tilted her head, curiosity mixed with concern. She knew him too well. This wasn't about fashion, music, or business. This was something else, something heavy. And then he said it. The announcement came out slow at first, almost restrained, but every word landed like a quiet explosion. Rocky spoke about a decision he had made, one he believed was necessary, unavoidable, and already set in motion. A choice that would dramatically shift their lives, their routine, their future as a family. At first, Riri didn't react. She blinked once, then again, her lips parted slightly, as if her body was searching for the right response, but couldn't find it. The room felt smaller, the air thicker. "What?" she whispered. Rocky repeated himself, this time more clearly. He explained the reasons, pressures, responsibilities, expectations from outside forces he couldn't ignore. He emphasized that it wasn't about love, that it was never about her, that it didn't change how deeply he felt, but sometimes explanations don't soften the blow. Sometimes they make it worse. Rihanna's eyes immediately filled with tears. Not the graceful kind. Not the ones she could blink away on a red carpet or during an emotional performance. These were raw, uncontrollable. Tears, heavy, spilling, unstoppable. Her hands began to shake. "You already decided?" she asked, her voice cracking halfway through the sentence. Rocky nodded slowly. That was it. Riri broke. She covered her face, but it didn't help. Her shoulders started trembling violently as sobs ripped through her chest. The kind of crying that comes from somewhere deep. Past fame, past strength, past the image the world sees. This wasn't Rihanna, the global superstar. This was a woman blindsided by someone she trusted with her heart. Rocky stood up immediately, panic flashing across his face. He rushed to her side, dropping to his knees in front of her chair. "Please, baby, please. I never meant to hurt you like this," he said, his voice cracking now, too. But Rihanna couldn't even look at him. I thought we were past surprises," she sobbed. "I thought we promised no big decisions without each other." Her words came out broken, tangled with tears. Every sentence sounded like it cost her energy just to say it. Rocky tried to reach for her hand, but she pulled back, not aggressively, just instinctively, as if she needed space to breathe to survive the moment. That hurt him deeply. He explained again how long he had been wrestling with the decision, how he believed it would protect their future in the long run, how he thought he was doing the right thing for their family. But none of that mattered right now. All Rihanna heard was that something precious had shifted without her being ready. She stood up abruptly, wiping her face with the back of her hand, tears still flowing freely. "You don't get it," she cried. "It's not the announcement. It's the feeling that I didn't matter enough to be part of the choice." Silence followed her words like a shadow. Rocky looked devastated. For the first time, he had no response. Rihanna turned away, pacing the room, her breathing uneven. She pressed her palm against her chest as if her heart physically hurt. Anyone watching could see it. This wasn't drama. This wasn't for cameras. This was real pain unfolding in real time. "I give you everything," she continued through sobs. "My trust, my love, my vulnerability. And tonight I feel small, left out." Her voice dropped to a whisper at the end. Rocky finally stood, his eyes glassy. "You are never small to me," he said softly. "You are my home." That nearly made it worse. Rihanna collapsed back into the chair, crying even harder now, the emotional floodgates fully open. Her sobs echoed, sharp and aching, the kind that leave you exhausted afterward. Rocky knelt again, this time not touching her, just staying close, present, respectful, remorseful. "I should have waited," he admitted. "I should have told you sooner. I was scared." Those words hit differently. Rihanna slowly lifted her head. Her mascara was smudged, her cheeks wet, her eyes red, but there was something powerful even in her vulnerability. "Then don't shut me out when you're scared," she said. "Let me in." It was a simple sentence and it shattered him. Rocky reached for her hand again. This time she didn't pull away. She gripped it tightly as if afraid to let go. Still crying, still shaking, but holding on. They stayed like that for a long moment. No cameras, no music, no headlines, just two people navigating love in its hardest form. The announcement hadn't ended anything, but it had exposed something fragile. And as Rihanna cried uncontrollably in his arms, one truth became clear. Love doesn't break when tears fall. It breaks when silence replaces them. And this time, they were still talking. Riri cries uncontrollably after ASAP Rocky's unexpected announcement. The room was supposed to be calm, soft lights, low music humming in the background. Just another quiet night where Rihanna finally had a moment to breathe after weeks of chaos, rumors, and relentless public pressure. But peace never lasts long when your life is watched by millions. Rihanna sat curled up on the couch, hoodie pulled over her head, phone resting face down beside her. She'd been trying to disconnect. No social media, no headlines, no speculation about her relationship with ASAP Rocky. Just silence, just him. Rocky stood across the room, pacing. She noticed it immediately. He wasn't nervous in the usual way. This was different. His hands kept rubbing together. His jaw tightened, then relaxed. He stopped, walked to the window, stared out into the night like he was searching for the right moment. "Rocky," she said softly, "you good?" He didn't answer right away. That's when her chest tightened. He turned around slowly, eyes glossy, not crying, but heavy, weighted with something big, something final. "Ree." His voice cracked before he even finished her name. She sat up straight. "What's wrong?" He took a deep breath. "The kind you take when you're about to change everything." "I need to tell you something," he said. "And I don't know how you're going to take it." Her heart started racing. In her mind, everything rushed in at once. Bad news, health scares, career decisions, rumors becoming real. She stood up, walked toward him. "Just say it," she whispered. He nodded, swallowed hard. "I made a decision. A big one. Without telling anyone. Without telling you." Her eyes widened. "Rocky, I didn't do it to hurt you," he said quickly. "I did it because I love you. Because I'm tired of living halfway." The room felt smaller. Then he said it. "I'm stepping away from the spotlight, from music. From the life everyone expects me to live." Silence. Rihanna blinked once. Twice. "What?" she breathed. "I'm done chasing charts, tours, headlines," he continued, voice shaking. "I don't want to miss another moment with you, with our family. I don't want my life scheduled around cameras anymore." Her hands started trembling. "Rocky, that's your whole life." She said. "Your art, your voice." He nodded. "I know. And that's why this is hard, but you're my real legacy." That's when it hit her hard. Tears filled her eyes instantly, spilling over before she could stop them. She covered her mouth, shaking her head as emotion flooded her all at once. Shock, love, fear, gratitude, and guilt. "You can't do that because of me," she cried. "I never asked you to give up who you are." He stepped closer. "I'm not giving up who I am. I'm choosing who I want to be." Her knees weakened. She sank back onto the couch as the tears came harder, faster, uncontrollable sobs ripping through her chest. "I don't want to be the reason you disappear," she said through tears. "I know how much this means to you. I know how hard you fought." Rocky knelt in front of her, hands gripping hers tightly. "You're not the reason I disappear," he said. "You're the reason I finally feel seen." That broke her. Rihanna cried the way only someone deeply overwhelmed does. Face buried in her hands, shoulders shaking, breath hitching. Years of being strong, composed, unshakable, all melted away in seconds. "You don't know what it feels like," she sobbed. "To love someone this much and be scared you're costing them their dreams." Rocky pulled her into his chest, holding her tightly as her tears soaked into his hoodie. "My dream changed," he whispered. That's all. She clutched him, crying harder, torn between love and fear. "What if one day you regret it?" she asked. "What if you wake up and resent me?" He tilted her face up, wiping her tears gently. "I'd regret losing you way more." She stared at him, eyes red, lashes wet, breath uneven. The weight of his words crushed her. This wasn't a stunt. This wasn't a rumor. This wasn't a headline. This was real sacrifice, real love. Rihanna collapsed against him again, crying uncontrollably, not from sadness alone, but from the unbearable intensity of being loved so deeply. "I just want us to be okay," she whispered. "I just want you happy." He kissed the top of her head. "Then let me be happy with you." Outside, the world would eventually explode with speculation, think pieces, and wild theories. But in that room, there were no cameras, no fans, no expectations, just Rihanna crying into the arms of the man who chose her over everything. And ASAP Rocky holding her like nothing else mattered. And for the first time in a long time, nothing else did. Hallelujah. Music, take it all. Music, 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 I couldn't mirror. Hallelujah. Music, why? Music.